All right, Black Power family is the General Sarah Seti. I'm black in the motherfucking house. Part two. You understand what I'm saying? To a great series, a wisdom series on the Naga Kushites of Asia, East Asia. We're in the house. That's us. That's gonna be a new that's us. You understand? That's us. Okay, we can prove it. They say black people's all we don't got to claim nothing but what's ours. And so actually, family, I thought that the Japanese, the ancient Egyptian influence on the Japanese culture was last, but it's actually second, which don't mean that it's still in the same. And I'm gonna rock the house in any way it go. Okay, a lot of people again as we go, and if you stick with me, you can see that the Naga Kushite is the dominant people throughout the whole region. So when you see the Japanese, they nothing but Johnny come lately. Just showed up yesterday, and they want to be an honorary European, and so they take on many of the characteristics of the European in denouncing our history. But we got the facts today. 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 Let family come on in. That's right. We're in the house, family. Come on in. Come on in. Have a sit down. You know what I'm saying? I know family when they got them a sandwich and shit. You know what I'm saying? Got to re-up. We got to re-up now on whatever it is. So I'm gonna give family a couple seconds to get on in here. You know what I'm saying? But most definitely it's gonna be a powerful experience. Let me get on down here where I need to be. We're gonna be, and like I said, I'm gonna be quick. You know what I'm saying? And not quick that it's gonna be hitting so fast. My quick is still devastating. You're gonna be like, God damn, this nigga went in a nigga mouth so many times with this wisdom. Let me get up where I need to be. Let me get where I need to be. Oh, here we go. That's all powerful right there, baby. That's all powerful. That's all powerful. And nothing can be said about that. You can pack up and get on up out of here. Pack on up and get on up out of here. You feel me? How we looking out there? We ain't gonna wait too long because they're gonna come in when it's time. They're gonna come in when it's time. And like I say, everybody gonna get a chance, regardless. I see a lot of people once they see that fire, just like I did with the shit, they're gonna come and get that fire. So we ain't gonna hold up too long. Uh and matter of fact, let me get these maps, and then once I get these maps where I need them, I'm gonna roll out. Roll on out. I'm gonna roll on out. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Yep, 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 yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's right. Right there. Uh-huh. Right there. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. 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 Get it on in there, Sadie. Don't don't hold it up. Don't hold it up. That's right. How we looking out there? Uh-oh, Pata in the house. Already know it's time to get busy. Ain't gotta wait no more. All right, family. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Because we got that last one to get to. And I'm not gonna rush nothing. I want everything to be all powerful. I'm gonna give everything its chance to blossom. Okay, here we go. We're in the house, family. We're in the house. Now, as you can see, we was in southern India. We showed the right period temple, granite period blueprint come all the way from the Nile Valley. Same blueprint that you see in West Africa with the pyramid mosque temples. Then you go all the way to the Olmec temples, pyramid complexes, same as you see in the Nile Valley. And so, we got to understand that all of what you call Asia, from all South Asia, all that below the Tropic is that Cancer? Yeah, the Tropic of Cancer, 30 degrees north, all the way down to Tropic of Capricorn. You understand? That's the tropical region, and that's the homeland of the Kushites. You understand? All around the planet, anywhere you go, in that's why when you look at the Olmec, ain't now one of these civilizations you see in the north. Okay, even though they borrow, you see that if you go all around the world in circumnavigating, you will see that there's one culture in the tropical region. Now we're going to Japan, and like I say, the Japanese that you see today, they just got there. Okay, I'm gonna show you that it was a people there before them, and it was a people there before them. Okay, you got a people that was in Japan called the Ainu people. Okay, and the Japanese document that the Ainu was there before they got there, and it sounds much like the Ainu of Egypt, which is they pronounce it Ainu, and then you got the Ainu of ancient Egypt, which was also the little short twa. How many goddamn coincidences you gonna get before you realize it ain't a coincidence, it's reality? Okay? And so even though Japan, and so as we see, we got the Kushite, Naga Kushite, Indian Ocean right here. You see all of these cultures, all of these nations that are interconnected on this great cultural divide. This great cultural divide of Kushite Africa, from East Africa all the way to East Asia. You understand? The farthest East Asia, okay, which include Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, the Philippines. We even gonna get, because we got to show you the Africans of the Philippines, okay? And we showing you that India was a jump off between Africa and India that led further east. You understand? And many of the Naga Kushites and what you know of today as India took it even further east. And what you see in Southwest Asia and all around into the South China Sea and the Sea of Japan. Now we in the Sea of Japan. Okay, and we didn't come around. We didn't come around China, and we here at Japan. You see Nagasaki. So right there, when you see Naga, you know that the Naga culture has come as far. And when you see the dragon in Japan, you know that the Naga culture has even reached into the islands of the Pacific. This is facts. So we don't want you to think that Japan is disconnected from the mainland Asia. The dominant Naga culture of Asia extended into the islands of the Pacific, including Japan. Okay, and so right there at the bottom, you see one of the sisters from the Philippines. You understand what I'm saying? From the Philippines. And we got more to show. And the Philippines is right up under. So you got to understand that gradually through migrations, forced migrations of the Northern Asian moving down into Southern Asia, pushing many of the African populations out of those areas. It don't look the same today. But if you would have went back 1,000 years, all these areas was Kushite. Do you understand what I'm saying? It was Kushite. Wasn't no pale skin, nothing in these areas. They just showed up. Do you hear me? In the last 1,000 years. Okay, they break really was Alexander the Great, the fake great. You understand what I'm saying? Who was the first European to mass conquer any large land masses in the world. And when you see Alexander push down, this is when all of those barbarian tribes from the north start pushing down all around the world. And I'm going to deal with that. I'm going to deal with that in another video where I show and prove how these mass migrations of these barbarian Europeans come down and destroy many great ancient civilizations. Okay? And so again, we go over to show you, this is Thailand, okay, which is not far from Japan, right around the corner. All you had to do is bend that corner around China, and you're right there in Japan. So what we have to understand that the original Kushites of in that land that you call Japan look just like this sister right here, even more African. Okay, even more African. This is a sister of Malaysia. Okay, and I'm gonna show you the Philippines too. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand this was the dominant racial type of the whole area. Okay, building up. I'm gonna show you the map, showing you the Negritos that populated these areas. Okay, showing you again, these is the Buddhas of Thailand. So this is Thailand. Going back here, these is Buddhas out of Thailand, showing you the woolly head, tight wool. Okay, not the big curls, but them tight curls. You see what I'm saying? These is the Buddhas. Okay, so showing you that Buddha is the Osiris of Asia. That's who he is. He's the Osiris of Asia. He's the savior. Okay, he's that Christ figure of the Naga Kushites, but he is Osiris. Okay, and when you break down the spiritual history of Krishna and Buddha and many of the Hindu gods, you're going to see they're nothing but replicas of the African gods out of the Nile Valley. Okay, so here is a bigger picture showing you, we done showed you Myanmar, showed you southern India, showed you, Thailand. We showing you Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, and we're gonna go to the Philippines, and you see right above the Philippines is what? Is Japan. We're gonna see, now these are the Philippines, the Negritos of the Philippines. We talking today. See, they're the little short, when they say Negritos, these are the little short twat. You see what I'm saying? Woolly head twat. So these is the original Africans of all them lands, okay? Of all them, including Japan, including southern China, include all Thailand, Burma, and all. They've been pushed out of the area. Even if you look at the island of Indonesia, and on the other side is Papua New Guinea. The whole goddamn island was Papua New Guinea. But you see, they went to pushing, and they pushing right now because the Indonesians is trying to conquer the whole damn land, the whole island. You see what I'm saying? We got to deal. So it's a push coming from these invaders. And we got to talk about it today. You understand? When we talk about the pyramid temples of all these areas, those are our ancestors' temples. These the naysayers and the goddamn conquerors and the colonizers of today ain't got nothing to do with the ancient culture of Southwest and Southeast Asia. Okay, them is the Naga Kushite. Now, when you get to Japan, you're going to see many of the terminology is just the same as from Africa to India to Japan. Okay, so when we go to Ethiopia, we see that niggas is the African queen, just like the Negus is the African king. And so when you get to Japan, you got Nagita. Okay, you got Naga and you got Nagita. You got the NIG expression and you got the Naga expression. And you see Naga in the Kebra Nagas, okay, which is kings. When you say Negas, that's king. When you say Nagas, Nagast, kings with an S. Okay, Negas Nagas, king of kings. Do you want to talk today? Or do you want to go to sleep? Do you want to wake up today or do you want to go to sleep with the rest of these Negroes? Okay, so we showing you the language of Africa, the Kushites is interwoven and interconnected. So just like you see the temples are interconnected, just like you see the deities are interconnected, just like you see, you know, the language is interconnected. We're going to go across the spectrum of human living and show you from science to art that we are one and the same. So again, you see Nagita, and not just Nagita, you got Kushiro, which is another city. I don't know if I got it. Kushiro. So the Kush, just like you got Naga Kush, you got Ethiopia Kush, you got Kushiro, Japan, you got Nagasaki, Japan, you got Nagita, Japan. So I'm showing you that the language is one and the same. So when we say nigga and we say naga and this, that, and the third, we ain't got nothing to do with nothing no cracker said. This is a spiritual connection to our African Kushite family all around the world. Wherever you go, it's spoken of in veneration and of divinity and of kingship and royalty. Ain't got nothing to do with any degradation. So when we say, what's up, my nigga, is we saying, what's up, my king, in our spiritual energy? Are we saying, what's up, my king? That's exactly what we saying for many of us. You understand? That's why it's so profound in our vocabulary. Okay, niggas, nagas, niggas. And then you got naga. Then you got nag, N-A-G, like Nag Champa. That's just an abbreviation of Naga, Nag Champa. Okay, and Nagar. Now, Nagar is city. You know what I'm saying? When you go into Asia, if they say Nagar, Srinagar, city of Sri. Okay, so that's city. And then if you say Nagara, that's nation. Okay, if it say Nagara Zoo, that's the national zoo. Okay, Nagara Bank, that's the national bank. Okay, so that's what Nagara means. And so we done already did the expression Negra down in South America, Negrito. You understand? Negrita. And Negrita and Negra, you understand? Or La Negra represents a beautiful African woman. Okay, so we see again all these beautiful expressions. Okay, and Srinagar is the capital of what? Kashmir, which is Kushmir. Okay, Kashmir, because we understand that many of the vowels is interchangeable. So Kashmir is Kushmir. So you say Srinagar, okay, capital of Kushmir, which is Kashmir. Okay, and you see, and that was populated again by nobody else other than the African Kushites that came from Africa first, going into Asia, you understand, populating the southern portions of Asia, going all the way east till we come to America, okay, what we call America today, from both sides. Now we're going to update this and show you again, we're talking about Japan. We're talking about the most mythological and the most venerated of all they warriors, which was the samurai that got a mystical origin. And again, when we talk about Ham, we talk about Champa. Okay, you see Cham or Ham or Kam. You understand what I'm saying? Sam, all of that. See, that's the same. Only thing that's been changing is the prefix, but the root of the word is the same. See what I'm saying? It is the same. It represents black, and they speak that a samurai got to have one drop of black blood in order to be a samurai. I don't know how you just go get one goddamn drop. What the fuck you gonna do? Pluck a nigga in the finger and get a goddamn water, one of them damn dropper things and take a drop of blood out the nigga finger? How the hell you gonna get one drop of black blood? That don't mean shit. That just showing you they trying to get away from the fact that the black man brought the when you go back and you look at the Temple of Amenhotep Habu, go look it up. The Temple of Amenhotep Habu. Google it and put in there the art martial arts, which is the Manchu arts. You will see family on there thousands of years before it was a China doing all of the grappling, all of the blocks, all of the kicks, all of the throws. You understand, which is known today as martial arts that many people accredit to the Chinese, not understanding that the African been doing martial arts thousands upon thousands of years and gave it to the world. Okay, many of what you call the snake, the tiger, and all this, the lion, the crane, these is nothing but the animal spirits of Africa that were, transformed and not only just spiritually, but the attacking tactics of the animal. You understand? That's also a part of the spirituality of the animal. You understand? Watching how that animal attack. And so we take him every night, and then you got them putting your ass on the grill and eating. You ain't no part of the, we not taking, so you giving us nurturance, and you feeding us, and we getting wisdom from you because we watch how you live your life as a creation of the Most High, of creation, because anything in creation is divine. And if you go and watch anything long enough, you will see something particular of divinity within that creation. You understand? Which you can take and adapt and make it a part of your own particular life. And it'll help you and push you forward and give you, an edge over other things in creation. Because if you watch it and learn from it and adapt from it, you take from it the good qualities, then become your good qualities. Okay, so we're looking at the samurai, and you can see immediately, and I'm gonna show you see the horns of Hathor, and you see the sun disk. Now, of course, it's going to be, it's going to be adapted. It's going to be absorbed, but it does not change from the fact of what it is. You see what I'm saying? So when you see the sun, that's the sun disk. Now, over in Japan, just like when you come to the Americas, you see that, the priesthood adapted the jaguar. You go into Africa, it's the leopard skin. You go into India, the Naga Kushite, is the tiger, but it stayed the cat. That's not a coincidence. You see what I'm saying? How in the hell you gonna go all over the world and the cat is the defining symbol of the priesthood? Okay, so that's just this just like different lodges. What you call Masonic lodge, and they adapt what you call a mascot. You go to motherfucking Atlanta, it's the Falcon. Go to Detroit, it's the Tiger. You go to Chicago, it's the Bears. You understand what I'm saying? You adapt a particular zoo type as your mascot. And so in Japan, the mascot is the deer, but it's no different. It's still the same symbolism adapted in a different region of the world. And so you also look up on the samurai's helmet, and you see the wreath, which is symbolic of the cow horn. You see the sun in between what? That's a dragon. So you got to understand, when you go east, the serpent, the flying serpent, or the king cobra that you see in Africa, and you also see in India, when you get into China and Japan, it becomes the dragon, the flying dragon. It's the same thing. So the dragon is the serpent. It's the winged serpent. You come to the Americas, it's Quetzalcoatl. Okay, so just like when you understand that the serpent, even Osiris and Isis was represented as the serpent. So when you understand that Osiris is a winged serpent, and when you talking about return the dragon, it ain't talking about no goddamn Bruce Lee. when you talk and understand that the dragon or the serpent in African understanding, not no Leviathan and none of that, because you got to understand, you got two different expressions of different things. So if we explain that the serpent is of divinity, that does not mean you try to clean up Leviathan and none of that. That's from a different expression. So just like when we make black divine, and then you go into the European expression, and black means evil. So even though the serpent in many respects is divine to our people, to the European is evil. And so don't cross the goddamn line. You keep everything in its proper place. Okay? So you see again, you see the sun disk, and we're gonna understand that again, the samurai is venerating the sun. And I'm gonna show you this more, because if you watch, and many of their drawings and what, they always have a halo. And that's significant because the halo comes out of Africa. Okay, the first people on the planet to show the sun above the head, emanating, showing that you are a son, or that you are in veneration, you are in homage, you are in league with the sun as the supreme deity of the planet. You see it's in Egypt, in Africa, in Nubia, with the sun disk above many deities' head, to show that Ra was the supreme deity. So that was the first time in history when a people have ever projected to the world, as far as statues and carvings and drawing, deities and people with a sun disk above their head. And many of the religions, they pushed it down because they didn't want to, when you're taking, you don't want to just show it exactly like it was where you got it from, because it's going to be too easy to say, nigga, we already seen that. What you doing? Don't act like you, but it's still the same thing. So in any religion you go to, in order to see, project, divinity, it always got a halo. Whether it's just like no pope is divine, but some popes became saints. Some popes became saints. Okay, when the one way to know that somebody is a saint, they got a halo. Okay, they got a halo. If you look at certain pictures of Jesus' disciples, his disciples will have halo, and then the normal commoner people didn't have halo. So how do you designate when something is divine? It'll have a halo that comes from Africa. Okay, let me keep it. Now we're getting to some very powerful information, because we see Best in the samurai uniform thousands of years before the samurai. Okay, we see, and a lot of people don't understand. And we talk about Best being a god of merriment, even a god of birth. You know what I'm saying? That's why you call the Mamisi, the birthing house. You'll see colonnade or capitals of the columns with Best over the top. Okay, but Best is also a god of war, and people don't understand. You got to do your research. Best is also a god of war. So when you look at this, you see he got the phallus shield, just like the samurai. You see he got on his chest plate. You understand what I'm saying? He even got on his head dress, even though it's in the form of the lion. He got on his helmet. You can see that, because you can see his face is inside of the helmet. It looked like he even got a chin guard, which is symbolic of them lion's mane. But you can see it looks more like the damn Ome. Look like, but the only thing is it got it got a chin plate around it too. Look at it very closely. Okay, and so when you just put the head and roux at the top, that's what it is. When I saw it, you can look dead at it. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? That's what. Soon as I saw it, I knew exactly what it. When I say, damn, man. As soon as I saw that, I said, damn, Best look like a damn samurai. You know what I'm saying? Because you really don't see Best in any, you in that type of regalia like that. You know what I'm saying? And so when you look at it, you understand what I'm saying? All the elements of You can see the leg shield. You understand? You see the phallus shield. You understand what I'm saying? You can see the chest plate, and I put that in there just to highlight it even more. You see the shoulder guard, and you see the helmet. You see the helmet on his head. So again, when you look at the samurai, you see that Sam is also Ham, which is also Kam, Kemet, and you got to understand that the vowels are interchangeable. So Ham can also be him, like Bethlehem or Bethlehem, okay, which is house. When you see Beth is house, Lee of Ham, house of the blacks, okay? And when we understand in the Bible, Ham was another name for Egypt. Egypt was called the land of Ham. Not to say that this is historically correct, but it's pulling the veil back so you can see the mysterious understanding of what they're trying to say. You see what I'm saying? So this is where you get Hammurabi. You understand what I'm saying? That's Egypt. Once you understand in the Bible, Ham is another name for Egypt. When you hear Abraham, when he was Abram, then he became Abraham. Then you got Mohammed. Then you got Hammurabi. Then you got Bethlehem. I say, well, goddamn, how wise Ham, cursed in the Bible if he's so highly venerated amongst all the great ones? You understand what I'm saying? See, you got to open it, you got to break it down. Not that any of the individuals is real, but the reality is it's a mystical key that's hidden in the terminology. Once you turn the goddamn key and unlock it, the truth will reveal itself. So you got Cam or Kemet, just like you got Bethlehem or him. Okay, and then you got Champa, which we just went over. The Nag Champa. Okay, I'm showing you that all of this is connection. So again, when we say the dragon is the winged serpent from Egypt, now when you look and see, not only do he got the horns of Heru on his head, symbolized with the stag horns, you see the winged serpent in the form of the dragon, where his pineal gland supposed to be. So when you see Heru right there, you see the sun dish, you see the horns, and you see the serpent, the king cobra, symbolizing, not just the pineal gland, but to symbolize the goddess, the protective goddess, Wajet. And she's in her striking form. You understand? You see the wings are spread out. So that means she's ready to protect. The goddess is a goddess of protection too. You see what I'm saying? So we don't need no guys that ain't going to look out for us. We need some protective God that's in there for our best behalf. So again, you see to the right, you see the stag horns with symbolic. And every time, even when you look at the caduceus, they always shrink the sun, so you don't necessarily understand what it is. And you see the two serpents around the caduceus. Okay, they always shrink the sun, so you don't necessarily. So in this instance, they shrunk the sun, but that's the sun disk, and I'm gonna prove it. And the stag horns is again the cow horns, and you look at to the left, you see what? The dragon, which is the serpent. The dragon is the winged serpent. That's all that it is. It's showing you here. And so when you go into China and Japan, you'll always see what? You see the dragon and the sun. And then you come into Egypt, you see the winged serpent with the sun. That's the same symbolism. Okay, man. So when they say return of the dragon, they're not talking about no goddamn Bruce Lee. They talking about you and me. They ain't talking about Bruce Lee. They talking about you and me. Return of the dragon is them Naga Kushites, just like the Naga Kushites of Africa that's going to rise up. And we looking for that return. How we long for that return today. Because we so most definitely need it in the conditions that we in. Again, showing you the winged serpent, and which is the dragon, the flying dragon. You see the serpent and the sun. Okay, and again, so you see here in China, which is extended to Japan, you see the two dragons and you see the sun in the middle, symbolic of the two serpents, the winged sun disk that be over the doorways, the pylon of the Egyptian temples. And you see the twin serpents representing the feminine and the masculine side of the brain. You understand what I'm saying? Coming up the spine, in connecting to the brain. You see what I'm saying? The spinal cord connects into the brain through the spinal column. Okay, and so that's the spine, also serpentine, and then you got this two serpentine halves of the brain. You understand what I'm saying? Representing the female and the masculine side of the brain. Now let's deal with the halo. You see the samurai and the halo. You see they always bring it to, and we are the first people to use the sun in this semblance. Okay, where you show this, he's a soldier, he's a warrior of the sun. That's what it's saying. That's who his deity is, the sun. And you see that Ra and Heru and great gods of Africa, particularly Ra, it is a sun deity. And this is the first time in history where you see the sun above the head. Okay, and to hide the fact of where they got it from, they'll bring it down. But it's no coincidence that the halo is one of the most shared spiritual symbols of all religions, and it all go back to Egypt. It's no doubt about it. You understand? Here we go with the book. See, you see with Ra, it's above the head. Okay, but then because they demoted this, because they're not truly children of the sun. Only the Naga Kushite is to have the sun above the head. You understand? Because, you know, if you don't got no melanin, you cannot be venerated or chosen in a sun-centered religion. That's why we most definitely should shoot them down using our symbol, because they know they're not the true chosen ones or that culture or that religion. You understand? We're the melanated Naga Kushite African chosen on the planet. You understand? Through our pineal gland, producing that dark, rich melanin from the sun, from the universe, that gives us extraordinary powers to create and think and be imaginative, and bring forth great accomplishment on the planet. So all the others, they bring it down. They demote the sun. Okay, they don't have it in supreme veneration because they too busy trying to promote the worship of man. Okay, they want you to worship the European man, the Caucasoid man, or the Asian man. That's who they want you to worship. But they understand, in order for you to be tricked, see, you got to put the sun back there, because the sun is that symbol which validates divinity. You understand what I'm saying? If it don't got the sun back, it's not divine. That's the halo. Okay, if you want to know who's holy in any religion, it'll have a halo, which shows you that the sun is what projects divinity. And we are the chosen of the sun. We are the children of the sun. So we are the true chosen people on the planet, no doubt about it. Here you see the woolly haired Buddhists. Some, they're not as Africans as they need to be, but of course, don't make no difference, because only one people on the planet got woolly hair like that, and that's African people. Okay? Now, we got to talk now. Walk with me. Walk with me. Thank everybody for your support. Walk with me now. Now we got this Fulani straw hat. I'm about to rock some worlds now. I'm about to rock some goddamn worlds now. Check this out. You see this? Wait a minute. Is this a coincidence too? Is this a coincidence? You understand what I'm saying? That this Fulani straw hat, you understand, then came, and I'm gonna show you even where in Burma, in Myanmar, where them Myanmar women wear all them rings around their neck, stretching their neck, and they do it the same. I didn't even get a chance to put that in there from Africa. Just too much evidence, man. There's too much evidence. So we see the Fulani straw hat. You understand what I'm saying? Another, indication that they didn't borrow from the African. Not that it was all through Southeast Asia. It was all through Southern Asia, because family was traveling. These are great navigators, great traders of commerce. So they was bringing much commerce and trade in India, all in China, all in Japan. This trade was going on for thousands and thousands of years before the European even came on the scene. Motherfucking nigga. Africans say, God damn, man, your head is red as a motherfucker, man. Put this damn hat on, man. You out here in this motherfucking heat like this, you know you ain't got no melanin. Put this motherfucking hat on your head, my nigga. You tripping. You know what I'm saying? So this was one of the things that they traded into, you know, these Johnny come latelys. You understand? So when you look at that, the Fulani hat, I have no doubt you ain't just gonna up, you know, and I got even more crucial images to prove it beyond any reasonable doubt. Now we're gonna look at them as culture vultures. You understand what I'm saying? Because they did, you know, they and took from us, but then they want to be, you know, the Japanese of today want to be honorary European, and so they've written a lot of racist editorials about our people, Africans in America, saying we are responsible for the degradation of American culture. This is what the Japanese, I didn't get it, but you can look it up, what a Japanese prime minister, he had to recant retract the goddamn statement, but he said that the Africans and Americans was responsible for the degrading of American culture. And then another thing I didn't put in there, but I'll come back with a part two because I might go ahead and look it up. I'm not going to even let that go because that's too hardcore to let that go. I'll bring it up on the goddamn internet just to show family. Okay, so you see Johnny Sacco, you understand what I'm saying? They talk shit about African people, but stealing from our culture. You can see right there, and this shit was out when I was a kid. And you see that damn Johnny Sacco dabbing on the motherfucker. You stealing our damn dances, stealing all the symbolisms and shit, and this, that, and the third. You know, and no damn well Japanese ain't did nothing but pick rice. That's all y'all ever did was pick rice. Y'all don't got no right because only, you know, until the West went over to Japan, they wasn't doing nothing over there but picking rice. They didn't have no cars and no great technology and science. And I'm going to say the West because we built the West. Okay, so they took a lot from African people culture by taking from the Western culture. And then to take from the Western culture and build your nation up and then turn around and talk about African people, negating the fact that we the ones that gave the West all the technology they got. And then you're going to disrespect us by saying we are responsible for the degradation of American culture? How dare you? You know what I'm saying? And then you're stealing from ancient Egypt at the same time. Okay, I'm quite sure that you looked at this statue and under this great African king made a go and see is not a European. Okay, and so you didn't took and you didn't Europeanize African culture. So use a culture vulture no different than the South. So you see the Needham's crowd is what Johnny Sacco got on his head. And you see he's always, so you can see they've been studying. You understand the Japanese is also in Egypt. They in Africa. They try to go in as anthropologists and all of this shit and refine temples and shit, this, that, and the third, going there and repaint them and shit and all of that. And it don't never look like what it looked like, you know, originally. They go in there and so you can see the car. So you can see they've been, you know, when he come up out of his you know, where he's dormant, as you know, before he's dormant in the laboratory. You understand what I'm saying? His arms straight down. Then when he get ready to take off, he go in the car position. Okay? There's no doubt about that they've been studying our culture. You understand? So and I'm gonna deal with the fact that this is the latecomer because the latecomer, he didn't have to go because the Egyptian culture was already in East Asia. And as we discussing it today, let me tell you, when I say that the Egyptian culture was in East Asia, when I show you the pyramid, that means consciously they knew where they got it from. They knew that just like America is the capital of the world right now, and you know what I'm saying, one of the greatest cultures where all Egypt was that culture, and everybody on the planet at that time knew where they was borrowing from. So anywhere you was in the world, it would be high veneration for ancient Egypt, because Egypt was the whole, even though you had a temple in your land, Egypt was ultimately the holy land of every Cushite on the planet. I'm tired of this. Just like every Muslim, Mecca is the holy land of every Muslim on the planet, every Hebrew or Jew on the planet. Jerusalem, Israel is the holy land. Okay, for every Catholic on the planet, St. Peter's, the Vatican in Rome, that's the holy church of all of Catholicism. So when you see these pyramids all over the planet, even though you have respective holy cities of that particular culture, ultimately, the holy land of all Cushite on the planet was Africa, particularly at the time of Egypt, Abydos, and other great cities. So they would come from all over the world as Naga Cushite to those cities to pray and worship and venerate. And so you see right here again, you see what this old silly motherfucker, Johnny Soccer, when he getting ready to come on up out of there in the car. Now this is in India. You see them in the car. You understand what I'm saying? But you see the African priests in the same spiritual what you call prostration, where this is a prayer, a stance of prayer that you take, and there's many prostrations that you could take. So this is a car prostration, showing you the African origins of Buddhism and Hinduism, and it also went into the Masonic Lodge, where they throw it up, and you see many of the Masons throw it up. I ain't gonna put it up today, but they don't understand that in Africa, you know, if you watch, you know, when the sun first rises, you will see many of the yellow baboons and many of the birds. You know, the sun be so bright that the yellow baboon will throw his hands up above his face. You understand what I'm saying? And so in spiritual orientation, our African ancestors said that the yellow baboon, which is Tahuti, was worshiping the sun. And so we took on, again, a lot of spiritual energy from our animal spirits. Okay, again, you see the eye, the all-seeing eye of Osiris. Okay, you see the car, you see the Nemesis crown. Okay, now look at this. See how they stealing from us? See how they being the culture vultures of the day? You understand, with the Yu-Gi-Oh? Okay, with the Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay? You see the all-seeing eye of Osiris, and then they're going to make, you know, European, knowing damn well no European can live in no damn Africa, could live in no Egypt. How you going to live in Egypt and or the Egyptian and be that pale? You won't even try to make it. You won't even try to dress it up to make it halfway right. At least the motherfuckers that did the Prince of Egypt tried to put a tan on the motherfucker. You ain't gonna even try to put a tan. You just gonna try to raw dog a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So you can see, and then the thing is, our babies go on, and so we got to stop that. You can any type of veneration, and you got children, and you let them go in there and watch some shit like this, where they take it. You know, sometimes if we see Egypt, we think, oh, that's okay, because that's no, any type of disrespect, like Egypt, gods of Egypt, where they got all European people, then you got cartoons and shit and all this, and our peoples is not the characters that, you know, perpetuating the culture. You got to get rid of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just take our back. Everything that we doing, it erase what we doing. That's why you think they put that shit out there. Those are cultural landmines. And all our baby got to do is just step, and boom, hundreds of years of research and work just went out the door. So you got to keep this kind of shit out the baby's face. You understand what I'm saying? And see, they know that. So they got a lot of Egypt in a lot of these. And if you not up on it, the baby up on it. You understand what I'm saying? That's why sometimes you got to watch them and don't say shit sometimes. You just got to peek around the door, nigga, and watch what they watch. And then when you got a list, they say, okay, when you run up on their ass, you got a whole, nigga, you watching this, that, oh yeah, you watching this too, nigga? Oh, okay, let me show you something and shit. You keep this shit, I'm gonna show you the real shit, but you keep this shit up off the TV, my nigga. my African king. You understand what I'm saying? You don't put this shit on the damn TV. You know what I'm saying? Because what they doing is they land cultural landmines in the brains of our children, and it go off, and then you wonder why when they get 16 and 17, it's so hard to try to reach them, because them cultural landmines been going off so damn long. It's hard to reverse, you know. But unless you got a king like General Cyrus Seti, who got so much profound, you know, visual documentation that'll wake anybody up out their sleep. So you see right here, they doing it with the Yu-Gi-Oh! You understand what I'm saying? So all that is hypnosis. All this is hypnosis. And the Japanese know it, and they signing the Japanese up on the team to steal our culture from us. Now let me go into something. Let me go down here. Let me go into this. Let me go into this. We got to see this. Where this at? I think it's right here. Wait a minute. It might already be up. Lord have mercy. Here you go. Here you go. Right here. Here you go. Right here. Here you go. Right here. And I had some down here too. I don't know where the hell I put it at. Hold on. We about to hit this nail on the head, family. Hold on. We about to hit this nail on the head. Here's that at. Lord, I hate when I got some and it don't show up when I need it to show up. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you. I need you right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't be damn running from me when I need you. I got it on this other one, but I had put it so profound. Here you go. Here you go up here. Here you go up here. Here you go up here. Here you go. Here we go. Now, we're going to talk today. I got the documentation. Okay, now let me read this to y'all. We're in the house, family. Now, what they call them, this is in Japan now. They call them the Koru Poke Guru. Koru Poke Guru. Now, they are a race of small people in folklore of the Ainu people of the northern Japanese island. The name is traditionally analyzed as Kor or Koru butter plant, or poke under or below butterroot plant, and poke under or below, or Kuru Persian, interpreting to mean people below the leaves of the fuki, which is a plant in the Ainu language. The Ainu believe that the Koru Poke Guru are the small people who lived in the Ainu's land. Listen, before the Ainu themselves lived there. Now you got to understand, the Ainu is the people the Japanese say was there before they got there. Now the Ainu said it was people there before they got there. Okay, and they refer to them as the Koru Poke Guru. And it's no different than the goddamn leprechaun of Ireland or nowhere. They come up with a mystical origin of who these peoples is, so that you won't get to the physical reality that is not mystical, is real. That they was a real people there, and my facts bring me to understand it's the Twa people who are the Negritos, who are 5 and 4 and so many feet on average. These are the Twa people, which they call the Negritos. Okay, now it says that the Ainu people believe that the Koru Poke Guru were the people who lived in the Ainu's land before the Ainu themselves lived there. They were short of stature, agile, and skilled at fishing. You hear that? They live in pits with roofs made from butterbur leaves. And that reminds me, if you go to Africa where they live in them huts, you understand what I'm saying? Made of all type of plants. But come on, man, this is the same people. Don't play me. I know what you're trying to say. Long ago, the Koru Pope Guru were on good terms with the Ainu and would send them deer, fish, and other game and exchange goods with them. You're not going to exchange no goddamn goods with no goddamn mystical goddamn fairy. These was real people. The little people hated to be seen, however, so they would stealthily make their deliveries under cover of night. One day, a young man decided he wanted to see a Koru Pope Guru for himself, so he waited in ambush by the window where their gifts were usually left. When the Koru Pope Guru came to place something there, the young man grabbed it by the hand and dragged it inside. It turned out to be a beautiful Koru Pope Guru woman who was so enraged at the young man's rudeness that her people have not been seen since. Their pitch, pottery, and stone implements, the Ainu people believe, still remain scattered about the landscape. See, we got to talk today. Okay, so let me show y'all what these Koru Pope Guru people look like. Now, this to the left is an image in Japan. You understand what I'm saying? They won't show them to be twa, but in reality, I got a twa right to the right up under the leaf. And those are some of the leaves that they use, and because they cover from rain and all of that, this is what they use to build many of their huts with. Now, let me come out of this one and go to the next one. We're talking today. Now, let me come down here and show you right here. Matter of fact, I was already up there. This show you right here areas. Now, this is a map designed strictly for the Negritos. Okay, this is heavy right here. See, I didn't come to play no games with you. See what I'm saying? So this area in red is documented. I'm going to show you another one of heavy population of Negrito. That include Burma, ain't that Myanmar, Thailand, Malaysia, Andaman Islands. That's the Andaman. Philippines, Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, all of that. You see, let me show you. Let me show you the other map. And then I'm going to drop off because I want to go quickly into the next one after I prove my point. Okay? After I prove my point. Now, you see, let me bring this here. Let me bring this here. Hold on, family. I got so much shit on my computer. It's time for a new. I got so many goddamn lectures, my goddamn computer about to break down. I'm gonna bring that one here. And you see, matter of fact, let me bring this on up. Because I got to start making this last push. You understand what I'm saying? Making this last push so y'all can get a clear understanding. And then I'm gonna move into the gods. I'm gonna move into the gods. African gods worshipped by the Indians. And so to prove, and then lastly, I want to show y'all one thing, okay, to show you how racist these Japanese are against. So you see an orange woman, you understand, on the Andaman Islands, you see there, a little short African, Andaman Islands. Now this is another map showing you the areas of Negrito population. Now I might have spelled it wrong, but that's okay. And it shows you the heavy, especially in India, all through southern East Asia, including China, all into Indonesia, all into Australia, into the South Pacific, Tasmania up under there. But why not even go and just go ahead enclose New Zealand in, and Japan and all the rest of them. Okay, that's the reality. So this is a map that have been designed strict and show you the act coming from Africa. Okay, even show that they came across the Pacific, even to Americas, which I should have had on my old map one. Okay, so you see right here, you see New Zealand, Tasmania is right up under Australia. Okay, now look, these is all the areas of population, living populations with possible Negroid affiliation, Negrito affiliation. So you can see the populations is still right now today all throughout Southeast Asia. Okay, you see the little, that's the one she was on from was she from Adamine? I think that's the little short one that might have been from Adamine too. She was the last one that could speak that language, over 70,000 years old. You see how short she is. I'll say, this is the Koru Pope Guru, okay? And so you see here, Andaman, Philippine, you see Negrito affiliations all throughout the Southeast Pacific, okay? Now, these are the Tasmanians. And Tasmania is right up under Australia. If you look right up under, you see Tasmania. And you see right here the little short tag. They wiped them all out. So that show you a lot of the populations have been exterminated. So just because they're not there today don't mean they wasn't there. They not on because it was a total genocide. Tasmania is one of those areas where it was total, you didn't leave one. You know, that's very vicious. You know, that we speak this today. So you can see right there, that's a little Twa. That's what they call the Negrito. And that's the Koru Poke Guru that the Ainu said they was trading with before they got there. The Ainu was before the Japanese you see there today. And the Koru Poke was there before the Ainu got there. So you see right there the little woolly head, tight curl. These ain't like the ones you see. These are tight curls. You understand what they mean? They ain't had too much intermixture yet. You see the wide nose, the tight curls. That's just like Papua New Guinea. Okay? So when y'all want to do that research, you understand what I'm saying? You go look that up, the Koru Poke. Now let me show y'all something. I want to show y'all something. How y'all doing out there? Let me look on. How we doing out there? We good? Get them. Man, y'all quit arguing out there about nonsense. We ain't gonna argue nothing that don't matter in this motherfucker. Worry about what's up on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas out there worrying about shit that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to talk about, don't have me cut to y'all. You know what I'm saying? When we discussing, reality. When we talk about it, and we'll deal with the black woman as God. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga, you got to know the philosophy. Quit running and talking all that dumb shit about black and this, that, and the third. Nigga, you can look on the walls of Africa and see the color black, whether we called it black or not. Nigga, our expression and another motherfucker's expression is something totally different. If you're gonna discuss the English fucking language, if you're gonna discuss then every motherfucking word, just shut the fuck up. Cause I could break down every motherfucking European word and the definition. And if that's the case, we can't say shit in the European language. And so unless your ass is speaking 100% African, and I'm gonna come out and in, I ain't gonna even come out and in. Unless your ass is speaking 100% African, you understand what I'm saying? With no goddamn European words, man, shut the fuck up. Because we could go over every motherfucking word in the language. God damn it, if you still using Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, nigga, and that means you ain't stopped saying the goddamn Nordic God. If you ain't got another fucking day or another expression for them days, then you calling on goddamn Nordic gods. So what fucking, when you call on the planet, you calling on Roman deities. So you talking about Plutos, even if you have to explain yourself, we understand what you mean. We understand your expression. So when a person say black, this, that, and the third, don't cut like nigga, you don't understand our expression, just like nigga and naga. Don't understand, don't come play the semantics with us. You understand? You're not playing with no lightweights over here, okay? So keep it 100, because I will expose the shit out of you, okay? Now, when we talking about Lil Sack Black Sambo, you can look this shit up. Japanese, you know, it's the fucking Japanese that's promoting all this shit now today. You see right there, they're Japanese. They got all these goddamn books over in goddamn dials. Wait a minute, let me show y'all. You know what I'm saying? To show you how they no different than the European. Look at this. Sambo, Japan. And so you got all these goddamn books. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know what I'm saying? The Japanese is over there. Look at this. Look at this. This is in Japan. You see what I'm saying? Look at this. Niggas ain't talking about this, talking about that dumb shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's our color of divinity, regardless to what the expression is. When you go back to Egypt, they use that color, which we know of today as black, as the most divine color to show divinity. So regardless to fuck what you did, we don't mean nothing about what no fucking European say. Nigga, we mean exactly how our ancestors expressed it on the wall. You coming over here with elementary shit. You in the wrong goddamn platform for that. You will get mauled like a goddamn pit bull over here with that little simple shit. We know what the words mean. We know what the words mean. I know what it means. I know the definition of what it means, but I know the visual expression of that word that we know of today existed before the German, and in ancient Egypt and Africa, it represented divinity. So whatever the word is, until we give up the whole language, we'll be using a Greek word here, a English word here, a German word here. That's the, you know, because we've been enslaved under these people. But that don't mean the expression that we speaking and venerating through our mouth is the expression that you talking about, nigga. You so busy trying to project. That's just like most people say, oh, everything nigga, naga, that's all a breakaway from the white man's nigga, which is not, because we can prove that African people was using those terms thousands and thousands of years before they came in contact with the European. So go on with that little shit. That's little, nigga. You little. You know what I'm saying? Again, showing you the little black Sambo is being projected by the Japanese right now. You can go right on over there. Look at this. You can go over there, get all type of shit for your room, keychains, and all this shit. So, you know, they over there pushing black Sambo. Look at this, Japanese. You understand what I'm saying? They the ones over there pushing black Sambo. So let me get on up out of here, family, so I could go to part. I'm going to go straight to part 3. I got to do it. Got to do it. I'm going to go straight to part 3. I ain't going to hold it up. Moderators, I see y'all doing that good work. We don't need that. We don't need that. As soon as motherfuckers get to talking stupid, if they ain't paying attention and venerating the righteousness of the message, get their ass on up out of here. Because we don't need our peoples to be going in opposite directions of where they need to be. You go with whatever the fuck you believe. Go over there to them weak ass teachers you got and be satisfied with that. You know, any of my students over here, you understand? I'll get you where you need to be. Don't worry about it. The black woman is God. Over here, you don't believe that? Then take your ass over there with it and dick ride the masculine gods. Okay? And we'll go over that to show in the future what we mean when we say the black woman is God. And she is God. She is the creator. Okay? She is the creator. Okay? So we won't get in that right now, but that fact alone proves itself. Okay? Family, this was a powerful expression video to show that Japanese, that the original people of Japan, wore the twa, Water Negrito, that was all throughout that area. They call them the Koru Pope Guru, the Ainu people who was there before the Japanese of the day spoke of them. Say they was there before they got there, okay? And show you that the Japanese is culture vultures, stealing from there, nothing but a European with slant eyes. That's all they is, okay? And they're doing the same thing to our culture as the European, okay? And so, and you know, proving that Naga and Kush is also a part of the expression, because the Naga Kushites that were in India, in Africa, in Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Malaysia, Papua New Guinea was also in Japan. So the same verbal terminologies that you see in these other areas was also in Japan. Okay, and when we trace the Naga, the dragon, to the winged serpent of Egypt, the sun, the twin dragons and the sun, which is nothing but the winged serpents and the serpents and the winged sun disk in ancient Egypt, we know we have no reasonable doubt other than to believe through facts, replicas, not similarities, but exact replicas from Egypt all the way to Japan, that it was ruled by one race and one race only, who had one culture of different expressions, one culture of different expressions from West Africa all the way to the South Pacific, the Naga Kushite. So family, come right back with me. I know you're going to sleep. I won't make it long. I'm going to make it powerful though, so we can see these deities. And once I line it up, I went to the temple, went to Japan, I'm going to go to the gods. And that's what else can you say? Go do your research, family. I'll be black in 2 minutes. Black Pop.